Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same yummy, I love suburbs.
Yeah, I'm doing all I can. I'm gonna need you to send me in some backup. I don't know, it's acting sporadic and I don't even know what it is. Sir, ma'am, I don't know, it says it's some sort of, doesn't identify, or it identifies as a man, I'm not sure.
We got to talk about Ian and Anisa.
Oh, okay. What's happening with those two?
Oh my God, so much. I can't keep track of it. So we've done a couple of videos on Ian and Anisa before. There was the first one on like iDubbbz giving dating advice, which was cringe as f***.
Oh yeah, and was the other one on how Anisa keeps cucking him, like saying bad shit about him and slandering him?
Yeah, like humiliating him.
You're meant to be his wife, bitch.
Yeah, so like I said, so much is happening, right? I mean, I suppose the big thing at this moment in time is Creator Clash 3 is apparently cancelled.
That's not a big surprise. Wasn't the last one a shambles?
Yeah, there hasn't been like an official announcement yet, not at the time of recording anyway. But some of the fighters have come out, like the fighters have come out and said, yeah, it's delayed until way into the future.
Creator Clash is delayed. Creator Clash is delayed to a date far in the future. For me, this is a huge bummer, not only because I was bringing out a bunch of my family, but I was losing weight at a lightning clip.
So he touches on a couple of things there. There's a bunch of fighters training like motherfuckers. You know, they've been training for months. There's a bunch of fans who have bought tickets, booked hotels, bought flights.
Money has been invested.
Money's been invested, yeah. So that's like the latest thing, I suppose. Now, Ian and Anisa have given up control of Creator Clash. They're no longer the owners of it. So they've like sold it or they've given it away, but they're no longer at the helm. Yeah, hi, Editing Bearing here. I thought I'd just chuck in a quick note that the new owners of Creator Clash have revealed that Ian and Anisa were taking 34% of the event's profits. I mean, I'm not sure how much profit the event would have made. 34% of nothing is still nothing. But what do you mean of the profit? Wasn't this a charity event? Anyway, Ian has since put out a cope about it, but yeah, that's where we are.
So I imagine there's a lot of lore to get through here.
There's a lot of stuff to get through, but I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on Ian's relationship with Anisa. We're going to be armchair psychologists.
Because let's be honest, that's the most interesting part of this all.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Let's go! Okay, so there's going to be people out there who are far deeper into the lore than me. I'm probably going to miss stuff. I might get stuff wrong, but bear with me. This is a learning exercise for us.
So where are we starting?
So we're going to start with the content cop on H3H3.
Okay.
So there was a new content cop. Ian hadn't done a content cop in like 8 years or something, and he made a new one on his good mate Ethan. Now here's a snippet of the start of that content cop.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
So all these other people are like leftist sort of hanger-oners sort of thing. They're like Hassan orbiters. They're people who like Anisa wants to be friends with. They're bread tubers.
It's cringe as fuck already.
Yeah, I know.
Wake up. Soon, anyone? Just wake up.
Now, this is an interesting frame. See, he's wearing the fucking Palestinian flag as a scarf.
Oh.
And this is interesting, right? Remember, this is a content cop on H3.
He's got one of those Arab swords too.
Yeah, but check this out. What does that look like?
A Nazi symbol.
Yeah. So this is apparently Hassan's sword, right? Now, there's presumably plausible deniability around this. You know, it's the Buddhist symbol, it's the fucking Hindu shit, whatever. But the H3 internet archaeologists actually dug up clips of Hassan buying this sword and actually saying, oh, I like the one with the swastika on it.
Oh!
Yeah. Whoa.
Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better. You're the one who owns this.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same yummy, I love suburbs.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, so that's a good representation of the rest of this video. It sucks dick. It's just so shit, right? So there's this fucking intro that they've done at Hassan's place for some reason with all these other fucking cringe bread tubers.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, he takes his fucking cop uniform off, right, and just sits at his desk and just goes into this in-depth drama about fucking Israel-Palestine and like some beef between him and Hassan. It's fucking shit. I didn't watch the full thing because it's so boring.
So do you know why Ian's involved in this Ethan Hassan drama in the first place?
Anisa.
It's all to do with Anisa.
Anisa is a Hassan dick rider. She's got the hots for Hassan and wants to be his best friend.
Why?
I don't know. But like I was saying, this whole thing is just fucking boring. It's just Ian sitting there explaining shit that like no one understands.
He looks so bad, man. He looks gaunt.
Yeah, this guy here sums it up perfectly. He says, I don't even like H3, but this video is awful. If you don't know the context to everything he's talking about, you'll end up completely lost. He's right. And when you do know the context, you end up realizing that this whole video is manipulative and has no substance. He never even once mentions the false CPS claims. I'll tell you about them in a sec. I thought Content Cop was supposed to be about criticizing people's content, not a platform for petty drama. Even ignoring all of that, the video itself isn't even entertaining. And then this guy responds, I feel like I've lost 10 minutes trying to understand what was going on until I just gave up. I hear you, buddy. I was the same. So what that original poster was referring to with the CPS claims is Hassan and Ethan used to do a podcast together, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And then October 7th happened. All the Israel-Gaza shit happened, and there was a rift between H3 and Hassan.
And wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, because Hassan's like a Muslim or an ex-Muslim or something, and H3 is Jewish.
And they could no longer be friends.
Yeah. And so Hassan's like whipped all his dick riders up into a frenzy, and some of them ended up calling CPS, Child Protective Services, on H3.
Oh, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, and so Ethan got a visit from fucking CPS with like claims that their kids are like crawling around in dog shit and stuff. It was all bullshit.
Yesterday was the big CPS meeting.
They're investigating you, homie.
The Child Protective Services guy came back. And
were your children taken away?
Yeah,
rightfully so.
My kids are still at the house.
But Ethan was then pissed off at Ian because Ian never fucking defended him. He never like came out and said, hey, that's bullshit. I know these people. This is all crap.
Yeah.
So that, as far as I can tell, is like the crux of the beef between H3 and iDubbbz.
That's just a step too fucking far. When you're getting kids involved, there is something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah. So anyway, the Content Cop fucking tanks. And then, as if the CPS shit wasn't enough, Ethan and Hila, is it Hila or Hila?
I'm not sure. Hila?
Hila, whatever. They get sent a box of fucking skulls.
Oh, why? What?
Well, it's clearly a death threat, right?
Yeah.
It's clearly symbolic. It's a fucking death threat. Now, apparently, and I don't know how, but apparently these are real skulls. Like, you can buy real skulls, apparently, from some fucking website.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What, do they just do a one-day rush on Amazon?
And just as an aside, what I've heard no one talking about with this situation is whose fucking skulls are they? Like, what poor got his skull involved in some fucking cringe flame war between YouTubers?
Oh, have you never looked at donor cards? It has an option there to donate your skull to Amazon. We would very much like to purchase your skull to be involved in YouTube war sagas.
Yeah, I mean, what a legacy. You ended up in H3's fucking bin.
You lived a hell of a life, kid.
So anyway, iDubbbz makes an appearance on Noah Sampson's stream. Now, Noah Sampson is like another bread tuber sort of thing. But this is them talking about the skulls.
One last question. Did you send the skulls? What is your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that, especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or some shit like that. That made it funny.
Yeah, just a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Was it a death threat?
Just kidding. Yeah, no.
What a bunch of wankers.
So for just a second there, Noah Sampson was like making sense. Yeah, it was a death threat. It was a death threat to a fucking family. A couple and their kids, for fuck's sake.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. That shit was fucking hella funny.
So Ethan gets wind of this, and this is how he reacts.
I want H3 to release the old H3. I want him to go scorched earth on these motherfuckers. Come on. You were funny as fuck back in the day before Hassan. Just let him come out to play.
Well, Ian and H3 were funny as fuck. I mean, I miss them both. H3's kind of coming back a bit. Like, I can see the snark sort of coming out. It's good.
Yeah, it's when you say fuck it and stop pandering to the left.
Yeah, that's right.
In honor of Hassan, the iDubbbz finding this funny, there's a certain piece of information that I've known about him that I've been holding my tongue because I was talking to him, we were hanging out, we just did a video, and I started asking him about his like his love life. I was curious because I've just never seen him, and I was like, do you get out? How do you meet people? You know, because he's kind of just like living in like, he was living by himself with like his parents or some shit. And I was like, and he was a successful YouTuber. I was like, what's going on, man? I was trying to help my boy out.
That was like his golden era.
In his golden era, yeah. And he told me that he had never had a girlfriend. He had never been with a girl. He'd almost practically never even talked to a girl romantically. And this was right before he started dating Anisa. He was a virgin. He had never even kissed a girl. And then he met Anisa, who took his virginity and everything else.
Oh, the bitchiness. I love it. This is Mean Girls, man.
He's fucking right, though. Then he met Anisa, who took his virginity and everything else. I mean, these people have got a podcast called She Ruined My Career, and it's not ironic, ironically.
He's like, all right, you want to laugh at someone sending me skulls, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I'm about to expose your virgin ass.
Yeah. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin at like fucking 20, whatever it is. But like...
It's funny because it all falls into place, doesn't it? Like the change in Ian, everyone thinking Anisa is a big succubus bitch.
Yeah.
She took his V card.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin until like later in life. But like, don't just immediately simp for some bitch like Anisa. Fuck me.
Right, so it all makes sense. iDubbbz owes his allegiance to Anisa because she took his dick's virginity.
Yeah, and he's just fucking latched on. You know those latcher honorers?
Oh, yeah. It's like he didn't get pussy for such a long time and then he finally got pussy. He married the first chick he got pussy from.
Yeah.
And now he does anything she wants.
So this is a guy called MorePegasus. I think he sums it up pretty well.
I think the real point he's trying to make is that iDubbbz was starved for attention, and then when he got Anisa, he would basically do anything to make her happy, and I'm guessing he changed his entire personality for her, and he would bend to her every whim, and essentially became a hollow version of his former self, and that you gotta watch out for, right? Never let your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife or whatever change the real you.
Yeah, well said.
Well said.
So what you got to understand about Anisa, right, is that she craves, and I'm going to use the term, influencers. She has to be with an influencer. She has to sort of ladder climb.
She wants to be a YouTube slut star.
Yeah. She was with some guy called Arcadian. Now, he was like a League of Legends streamer. She went to TwitchCon with Arcadian in 2016, right?
Right. Were they dating?
They were dating, yeah. And that is where she met iDubbbz, right? So she immediately latched onto him. So she fucking monkey branched.
When she met Ian, she's like, how many subscribers do you have?
Yeah, exactly. Now, she got together with Ian pretty quickly. They became a thing. And then in 2017, a year later, she was trying to get into fucking Chris Ray Gun's pants.
Do you eat Lacey's ass? What the fuck? We're not having this fucking conversation. I asked my chat yesterday, I said, do you think Chris eats Lacey's ass? And everybody was like, yes. There was like no hesitation. It was like 100% yes. Jesus Christ. Do you eat Lacey's ass?
Ugh, what a filthy slut.
Yeah, so anyway, you get the vibe that like Anisa is just like a monkey brancher. Like I said, she sort of tries to go from one influencer to another. Like at the moment, she's obsessed with Hassan because Hassan's like the hot shit lefty bread tuber guy.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind, she gets together with Ian, right? They're a thing for a few years. And then she starts an OnlyFans.
You guys started dating. You decided to make an OnlyFans, but that was like years after you guys were already together, right?
Yeah, we were together for 4 years pretty much at that point.
And so then when you made that OnlyFans, there was like a huge
a lot of people cared, which was very surprising.
You're a whore. You're a whore. Just admit it. You're a whore. You whore yourself out online. You whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut. And a harlot.
Probably, yeah. So what happened? I mean, in your perspective,
well,
perspective?
Well, from my perspective, it was basically like I think I had given off this persona of like not liking promiscuous women or like thoughts, e-girls, sluts, whatever you want to say.
Did he just call Anisa a slut?
That was the best backhanded compliment ever.
Thoughts, sluts, you know, people thought that I don't like them. But actually, I mean, I'm with Anisa. Of course I like sluts and thoughts and e-girls. Fuck.
A married one.
Yeah. Wow.
She is so filth. I just gotta say, the haircut, I bet her vagina smells like musty old fish.
What's that saying we use about sluts from like the 90s? Not that Anisa's from the 90s, but their pussies smell like ciggies and Rexona.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you go to your grandma's house or something, and for some reason they all put pot puree in the toilet to make it smell better, and then you go in there and have a massive shit, and then it smells like shit and pot puree.
So anyway, this is where we start to see like the decline of iDubbbz, right? He starts to become like a husk of his former self.
Yeah, he gets shelled out.
Yeah, and I think it started with that apology he did a few years ago.
So many of these YouTubers from back then did that. They were all edgy, and then they felt the need to pander to the left because YouTube was cracking down on edgy content.
Yeah, well, I think in iDubbbz's case, it was more Anisa. He was getting pussy and he like bent to her every whim, and I think she got in his ear and said, look, we got to be like good people. I want to be friends with Hassan. You can't be calling people you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say this is out of the goodness of her heart. This is purely to pander to what was popular on YouTube.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I was being very bigoted in a lot of my videos. Casual racism is still racism. Casual bigotry is still bigotry.
Oh, come on. Casual racism and casual bigotry are fucking funny.
This is just so painful to watch. I don't think I've seen this.
Yeah, well, this is not in order. I kind of chopped it up to get the best bits. But yeah, we went from fucking epic content cops, like everyone would just wait for the next content cop because they were fucking amazing, to this.
I don't feel like a lot of this content represents me as a person. At least not anymore. I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy.
Come on, Ian, you can have empathy and still make entertaining content.
Be a funny
Yeah.
Look at that video. I'm sorry for all the bigotry. And I'm just thinking to myself the whole time where the camera's cut short at his waist. Anissa's below with his balls in her hand with a vice-like grip forcing him to say all this shit.
Yeah. So we start to see the decline of iDubbbz. And you can see it in his face and you can tell it's because of the way Anisa treats him. She's a bitch. See, what I think's happened is she's gotten together with iDubbbz, and iDubbbz isn't Chris Reagan. iDubbbz isn't Hassan. iDubbbz, I think, was like her next option.
She ran out of options.
Yeah, but she got together with iDubbbz, they got married, iDubbbz took her last name, and then we just get this public display of humiliation. It's quite sad.
Rajor.
Wait, we should get Rajor in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you can.
Well, if you can. I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking brutal. So here she is publicly saying he shits his pants. Like, way to go, Anisa. Way to have your boyfriend's back or your husband's back.
Did you see the look on his face as she said that?
Yeah, he was humiliated. Then we've got her saying his breath stinks.
To me, like, honestly, if I were to, like, rate Ian honestly, I would say, like, 9.5. Like, literally, the only thing that would make him, like, you know, 0.5 hotter is if, like, he fucking, his breath didn't stink all the time.
She's such a bitch.
Yeah.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. And she's just kicking him down constantly. Just kicking him down, kicking him down.
I don't even think she knows she's doing it anymore. She just does it that frequently that she's completely oblivious to the fact that she's doing it.
Well, here she is telling the world that she pegged him.
You know how there was like that video, it was like a picture or a video of Keemstar like sucking a guy off?
Oh no, he's riding on a railroad on the dildo on the railroad. I love that video.
What if a video came out where the guy looked like Ian? Like so much like Ian that you actually did question if it was him. I mean, like you asked him and be like, "Oh my god, this guy looks like you," and he's like, "Oh yeah, that does look like me." Weird.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ian's not into any of that shit. I've tried. But I've had exes. Yeah, I've had exes that are into it.
How's her form to say that while he was like on a break? He'd like gone to get a drink or something, and she's just talking to the producer, and she's just casually like, "Oh yeah, I tried pegging him once. He wasn't really into it." My God, Anisa, shut your mouth. So when she says he doesn't like it, I've tried, she means I got a dildo halfway up his ass.
Yeah, I got the dildo halfway up before he said, no, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I mean, she's obviously the dominant one in this relationship. She's half fucked him up the ass.
Yeah.
Like, any man with an ounce of masculinity in them would realize that this is not fucking on.
Yeah, she half fucked him in the ass. Jesus Christ.
And you can see it too, can't you? You can just paint the picture in your head. He's got half a dildo hanging out of his ass. And then he just like, you know, ever so coyly turns around. You know, he's got to turn around, put his head over his shoulder to look back at Anisa, who's behind him, pegging him. And then he's like,
I don't think I'm very comfortable with this, honey.
yeah, exactly.
Is it okay if we stop?
I don't like this. I told you I didn't consent before we did this.
She half raped him.
Oh, God, no.
This poor fucking guy. I mean, he just constantly cops it. And the way that his life's going, right? He puts out an episode of this series that he's famous for. It fucking tanks. You turn him against one of his best friends, Ethan. He loses his whole fucking creator clash thing because of mismanagement and because of like backlash to the whole content cop thing. Like, people don't want their boxing event to be marred by like fighting about Gaza and Israel. It's just fucking stupid.
It's Anisa's world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Anisa's world and iDubbbz is along for the ride. So anyway, this goes on for a few years and here's iDubbbz talking to a fucking therapist.
The views aren't good. The comments aren't good. Like, I don't know. Like, it just kept getting worse and worse. It's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Oh man, I feel so bad for him. iDubbbz, people are attacking your partner because she's a bitch.
What the fuck is going on? I can imagine him saying, Anisa, I'm depressed. I need to go get some counseling. I need to talk to someone. And she's like, let's live stream it then.
Well, apparently Anisa set this up. This is a YouTuber. He's called like Psychology in Seattle or something like that. I might be getting that wrong. But yeah, apparently she said, Ian, you should go onto this thing and like express all your thoughts and like have a breakdown for all the world to see. My God, as if you weren't getting enough shit.
She's fucking evil. You don't do this to someone you love.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to let PPP and Andy finish this up because I think they just sum this up beautifully.
Nice.
I think that Anisa was sold a lie. Because you've got all these videos where iDubbbz is acting like he's this dominant, badass,
Alpha.
disagreeable guy that's alpha, and he's telling people how it is and how it should be. And then when she ends up meeting iDubbbz, she's this meek, timid, pathetic, pussy incel virgin that lets her walk all over him. And she's like, what the fuck? I was sold a lie.
He's failed every shit test, right?
Yes.
Every shit test was just fail, 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 fail. This is what BPD pussy does to a motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What was that, BPD?
BPD pussy, bipolar disorder pussy.
Oh, shit. Crazy bitches.
Oh, that was savage. So that's where the fucking Ian and Anisa arc is, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like I said, there's a lot more branches, there's a lot more tangents. You could talk about this for hours, like some people do. But I kind of wanted to get caught up because I have a feeling that something big's gonna happen soon. Either she's gonna monkey branch again, or he's gonna break down and tell her to get fucked, and he's gonna be left in a situation where he's given up Creator Clash, he's fucked his YouTube career, because like right-leaning people think that he's a cuck now, and the left are never going to accept him because he said once. And he has her last name.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she's going to monkey branch because she only wants to go out with YouTubers who are doing well.
Yeah, and he's not doing that. I mean, look, his videos still get millions and millions of views, but like the like to dislike ratio is not fucking good, man. The comments are not good. They're not well received. I don't think the views are going to last that long.
Well, yeah, he just went on a bloody psychologist YouTuber's channel and cried his heart out about the views being shit.
So anyway, that's where we're at. I think we'll pay a bit more attention to this whole fucking saga, this whole realm, because as I said, I think something's going to happen soon. All right, we'll leave it there. Visit SugarTits. She has a channel.
Yes, please do.
And we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Recession session. Give me better times, give me better times. Recession session. Give me better times, better times. Recession.